Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday. Weenie, say happy Good Friday. Say it's Good Friday. She being all good girl this morning. Good morning. Oh, hi. Yes. Pray for Mary. She goes in for a surgery consult. Pray for Rita's husband. Praying for Tina, who's usually on. She commented about having a biopsy, and I'm not sure if that was she said next Friday a while ago, and I don't remember if it was this Friday or next. But pray for her. She's being a snuggle bug today. Yes, it is. Sunday's coming. Yes, girl. Yep. I just woke up this morning thinking, my kid loves her an Easter basket. I know she's 18, but who cares? Does that mean I can't get her an Easter basket? No. I'm going to get her an Easter basket. Have I done it yet? No. Have I shopped for the ham and all the things? No. What do you guys have? Okay. Getting a massage there, Win. Give them a shoulder massage. Huh? You want to do it? What are you doing, Winnie? Winnie! What you doing? Look, there's the Winnie. Do you see the Winnie on there? Do you see the Winnie? There's the Winnie. You see her on the screen? There she is. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. Yeah. She's a good girl. I love to poke these things right here. I'm sure she appreciates it. You're just going to rest there. Oh, she's good, Whitney. She's a good girl. I realized this morning, I haven't done any Easter dinner shopping or anything either, and my house is a pigsty, and I have company coming. And I don't want my company to see my house this level of disgusting. I don't even have decorations out. When Winnie came home, everything was so chaos. Once I put the Christmas tree away, I didn't bother putting any more decorations up. So literally my house looks like we just moved in. There's no decorations anywhere. Not that my company cares if I have decorations up. They don't care. But that sounds good. Grilling steaks. Did you have to take out a mortgage? Because good gravy. It's like $87.50 for a steak. We're going to do a ham, but usually I do a ham with mashed potatoes and veggie sides and all that. I think this year I'm going to do baked beans and potato salad. And maybe one baked potato for my husband because he would die if he had to eat either of those. Okay, you're on my arm. All right. Why don't you sit quietly and listen to the Bible? You could use some biblical education. Her butt's up there. Well, that was quite the side eye. What's that about? Ooh, barbecue sounds good. Oh, there you go. That's good. That's not the end of the world, $38 for 3. I mean, it is when you think about even 3 years ago, how much 3 New York strip would have cost. It wasn't $38. I get very stressed out by grocery prices when everything on the shelf is a minimum of $8.99, including mayonnaise. $8.99 for mayonnaise. Whoever. You make your own, costs you $77 for a bottle of olive oil. I'm not exaggerating either. I'm pretty sure it's price. All right, April 3rd. Shechem's revolt against Abimelech, Judges 9:22 through 57. After Abimelech had ruled over Israel for 3 years, God sent a spirit that stirred up trouble between Abimelech and the leading citizens of Shechem, and they revolted. God was punishing Abimelech for murdering Gideon's 70 sons, and the citizens of Shechem for supporting him in this treachery of murdering his brothers. The citizens of Shechem set an ambush for Abimelech on the hilltops and robbed everyone who passed that way. But someone warned Abimelech about their plot. One day, Gaal, son of Ebed, moved to Shechem with his brothers and gained the confidence of the leading citizens of Shechem during the annual harvest festival at Shechem, held in the temple of the local god. The wine flowed freely, and everyone began cursing Abimelech. Who is Abimelech? Gaal shouted. He's not the true son of Shechem, so why should we be his servants? He's merely the son of Gideon, and this Zebul is merely his deputy. Serve the true sons of Hamor, the founder of Shechem. Why should we serve Abimelech? If I were in charge here, I would get rid of Abimelech. I would say to him, get some soldiers and come out and fight. But when Zebul, the leader of the city, heard what Gaal was saying, he was furious. He sent messengers to Abimelech in Arumah, telling him, Gaal, son of Ebed, and his brothers have come to live in Shechem, and now they are inciting the city to rebel against you. Come by night with an army and hide out in the fields. In the morning, as soon as it is daylight, attack the city. When Gaal and those who are with him come out against you, you can do with them as you wish. Winnie? No. Come here. Come on. Bring it out here. Come here. She's looking at me like, what? I just got my own toy. Come on. Come. Winifred made Gundermutt. Come here. Don't ignore me. Come here. Okay. So Abimelech and all of his men went by night and split into 4 groups, stationing themselves around Shechem. Gaal was standing at the city gates when Abimelech and his army came out of hiding. When Gaal saw them, he said to Zebul, look, there are people coming down from the hilltops. Zebul replied, it's just the shadows on the hills that look like men. But again, Gaal said, no, people are coming down from the hills, and another group is coming down the road past Diviner's Oak. Then Zebul turned on him and asked, now where is that big mouth of yours? Wasn't it you that said, who is Abimelech and why should we be his servants? The men you mocked are right outside the city. Go and fight them. So Gaal led the leading citizens of Shechem into battle against Abimelech. But Abimelech chased him, and many of Shechem's men were wounded and fell along the road as they retreated to the city gate. Abimelech returned to Arumah, and Zebul drove Gaal and his brothers out of Shechem. The next day, the people of Shechem went out into the fields to battle. When Abimelech heard about it, he divided his men into 3 groups and set an ambush in the fields. When Abimelech saw the people coming out of the city, he and his men jumped up from their hiding places and attacked them. Abimelech and his group stormed the city gates to keep the men of Shechem from getting back in, while Abimelech's other 2 groups cut them down in the fields. The battle went on all day before Abimelech finally captured the city. He killed the people, leveled the city, and scattered salt all over the ground. When the leading citizens who lived in the tower of Shechem heard what had happened, they ran and hid in the temple of Baal-berith. Someone reported to Abimelech that the citizens had gathered in the temple, so he led his forces to Mount Zalmon. He took an axe and chopped some of the branches from a tree, then put them on his shoulder. Quick, do as I have done, he told his men, so each of them cut down some branches, following Abimelech's example. They piled the branches against the wall of the temples and set them on fire. So all the people who had lived in the tower of Shechem died, about 1,000 men and women. Then Abimelech attacked the town of Thebez and captured it. But there was a strong tower inside the town, and all the men and women, the entire population, fled to it. They barricaded themselves in and climbed up to the roof of the tower. Abimelech followed them to attack the tower, but as he prepared to set fire to the entrance, a woman on the rooftop dropped a millstone that landed on Abimelech's head and crushed his skull. He quickly said to his young armor-bearer, draw your sword and kill me. Don't let it be said that a woman killed Abimelech. So the young man ran him through with his sword, and he died. When Abimelech's men saw that he was dead, they disbanded and returned to their homes. In this way, God punished Abimelech for the evil he had done against his father by murdering his 70 brothers. God also punished the men of Shechem for all their evil. So the curse of Jotham, son of Gideon, was fulfilled. Tola becomes Israel's judge. Judges 10, 1 through 2. After Abimelech died, Tola, son of Puah, son of Dodo, was the next person to rescue Israel. He was from the tribe of Issachar, but lived in the town of Shamir in the hill country of Ephraim. He judged Israel for 23 years. When he died, he was buried in Shamir. Jair becomes Israel's judge. Judges 10, 3 through 5. After Tola died, Jair from Gilead judged Israel for 22 years. His 30 sons rode around on 30 donkeys, and they owned 30 towns in the land of Gilead, which are still called the towns of Jair. When Jair died, he was buried in Canaan. The Ammonites oppress Israel, Judges 10, 6 through 18. Again, the Israelites did evil in the Lord's sight. They served the images of Baal and Ashtoreth and the gods of Aram, Sidon, Moab, Ammon, and Philistia. They abandoned the Lord and no longer served him at all. So the Lord burned with anger against Israel, and he turned them over to the Philistines and the Ammonites, who began to oppress them that year. For 18 years, they oppressed all of the Israelites east of the Jordan River in the land of the Amorites, that is, Gilead. The Ammonites also crossed to the west side of the Jordan and attacked Judah, Benjamin, and Ephraim. The Israelites were in great distress. Finally, they cried out to the Lord for help, saying, "We have sinned against you, because we have abandoned you as our God. We have served the images of Baal." The Lord replied, "Did I not rescue you from the Egyptians, the Amorites, the Ammonites, the Philistines, the Sidonians, the Amalekites, the Maonites? When they oppressed you, you cried out to me for help. I rescued you. Yet you abandoned me and served other gods. So I will not rescue you anymore. Go and cry out to the gods you've chosen. Let them rescue you in your hour of distress." But the Israelites pleaded with the Lord and said, "We have sinned. Punish us as you see fit. Only rescue us today from our enemies." Then the Israelites put aside their foreign gods and served the Lord, and he was grieved by their misery. At that time, the armies of Ammon had gathered for war and were camped in Gilead, and the people of Israel assembled and camped at Mizpah. The leaders of Gilead said to each other, "Whoever attacks the Ammonites first will become ruler over all of the people of Gilead." Jephthah becomes Israel's judge, Judges 11, 1 through 28. Now Jephthah of Gilead was a great warrior. He was the son of Gilead, but his mother was a prostitute. Gilead's wife also had several sons, and when these half-brothers grew up, they chased Jephthah off the land. "You will not get any of our father's inheritance," they said, "for you are the son of a prostitute." So Jephthah fled from his brothers and lived in the land of Tob. Soon he had a band of worthless rebels following him. At about this time, the Ammonites began their war against Israel. When the Ammonites attacked, the elders of Gilead sent for Jephthah in the land of Tob. The elder said, "Come, be our commander. Help us fight the Ammonites." But Jephthah said to them, "Aren't you the ones who hated me and drove me from my father's house? Why don't you come to me now when you're in trouble?" "Because we need you," the elders replied. "If you lead us in battle against the Ammonites, we will make you ruler over all the people of Gilead." Jephthah said to the elders, "Let me get this straight. If I come with you and the Lord gives me a victory over the Ammonites, will you really make me ruler over all the people?" "The Lord is our witness," the elders said. "We promise to do whatever you say." So Jephthah went to the elders of Gilead, and the people made him their ruler and commander of the army. At Mizpah, in the presence of the Lord, Jephthah repeated what he had said to the elders. Then Jephthah sent messengers to the king of Ammon, asking, "Why have you come out to fight against my land?" The king of Ammon answered Jephthah's messengers, "When the Israelites came out of Egypt, they stole my land, from the Arnon River to the Jabbok River, and all the way to the Jordan. Now then, give back the land peaceably." Jephthah sent this message back to the Ammonite king. This is what Jephthah says: "Israel did not steal any land from Moab or Ammon. When the people of Israel arrived at Kadesh on their journey from Egypt after crossing the Red Sea, they sent messengers to the king of Edom asking for permission to pass through this land, but their request was denied. Then they asked the king of Moab for similar permission, but he wouldn't let them pass through either. So the people of Israel stayed in Kadesh. Finally, they went around Edom and Moab through the wilderness. They traveled along Moab's eastern border and camped on the other side of the Arnon River, but they never once crossed the Arnon River into Moab, for the Arnon was the border of Moab. Then Israel sent messengers to King Sihon of the Amorites, who ruled from Heshbon, asking for permission to cross through this land to get to their destination. But King Sihon didn't trust Israel to pass through his land. Instead, he mobilized his army at Jahaz and attacked them. But the Lord, the God of Israel, gave his people victory over Sihon. So Israel took control of all the land of the Amorites who lived in that region, from the Arnon River to the Jabbok River, and from the eastern wilderness to the Jordan. So you see, it was the Lord, the God of Israel, who took away the land from the Amorites and gave it to Israel. Why then should we give it back to you? You keep whatever your God Chemosh gives you, and we will keep whatever the Lord our God gives us. Are you any better than Balak, son of Zippor, king of Moab? Did he try to make a case against Israel for disputed land? Did he go to war against them? Israel has been living here for 300 years, inhabiting Heshbon and its surrounding settlements, all the way to Arior and its settlements, and in all the towns along the Arnon River. Why have you made no effort to recover it before now? Therefore, I have not sinned against you. Rather, you have wronged me by attacking me. Let the Lord, who is judge, decide today which of us is right, Israel or Ammon. But the king of Ammon paid no attention to Jephthah's message. All right. I was thinking that same thing, Sarah. How are you still carrying on with a millstone crushing your head? That seems pretty painful, a little bit, which I guess is why he asked to die and not be saved. Well, that and because he didn't want anyone to know a woman had killed him. Guess he should never have, he wouldn't have wanted to meet JL. All right. Oh, good. Good, Jackie. That's good to hear. All right, lovely ladies, let's go ahead and end in prayer. God our Father, thank you for meeting us here today. Today on Good Friday, as we prepare our hearts for Resurrection Sunday, when we're reminded of the sacrifice today that was made for us. And God, just help us to focus on that this weekend, the sacrifice that was made, the love that was behind that sacrifice, the ultimate love that was given for us. God, I lift up these ladies to you today and the many concerns on their heart. I think of Rita and her husband. We pray for her husband as he's in the procedure, that you would just protect him and surround him, surround the doctors and the nurses as they treat him, and just ask for your wisdom and clarity for them and peace for Rita's heart. God, we also thank you that Jamel is doing a little better. We ask for continued healing for him too. We just ask for your strength and provision for him and his family. God, we also pray for Tina as she gets ready for her biopsy. I'm not sure if that is today or next week, but God, we just ask for your wisdom for the doctors for her as well, and for strength and for peace for Tina as she waits the testing and the results. And I know there are many other needs here and many things that I'm likely to forget, God, and I ask for your strength, for your provision, your grace, and your mercy for each and every one. God, help us today as we go into this weekend to prepare our hearts again for Easter, and including how we choose to nourish our bodies, to strengthen our bodies, that you would help us to make choices that are healing to our bodies and honoring to you. In your precious name, amen. All right. Julie, I love the name JL. I think it'd be a beautiful name. Woo, 35 people making lunch for 35. That'd be a lot. Peanut butter and jelly all around. Oh, the dog heard me say peanut butter. She got really excited for a minute. All right, girls, listen, if you're not signed up for Easter egg class, it's in your email. It's on my Facebook page. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., we're going to make marshmallow eggs together. And hopefully they'll come out pretty, or they'll come out in a pile of mess and they'll still taste good. You can just eat them with a spoon. But either way, you should come and just have fun. It's super easy to make marshmallows. It's super simple ingredients. It's chocolate, erythritol. You need erythritol. It's the sweetener that works best for marshmallows. If you don't have it, go to Walmart today and get you some plain erythritol. Just erythritol, girls, just plain. Get some of that. What else is in it? Gelatin. My brain is broken, but it's really, really, I'm not even sure that I do, Meredith. I need to check. I do have the mold and I do have the erythritol, but whatever else is in it, why can't I remember? What is in? It's not egg whites, is it? Because I don't have that. I don't think it is. What is it? Gelatin. I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. If I don't have them, I'll make chocolate eggs. Melt some chocolate, pour it in the mold. Done. Easy. Or we'll just eat chocolate chips straight out of a bag and call it an Easter win. All right, girls, I love you so much. Pray for me today as well. I have a whole lot of filming to do. I'm headed upstairs right now to work on a massive amount of filming because next Thursday is my goal date for releasing my super simple guides and my super simple support courses for insulin resistance, movement, and hormone health. And I have a lot to get done, but my goal, and I actually need to have it done by them for certain reasons with my I have a goal with my coach. My coach says I have to have it done next week, and I'm about 21 videos behind. So I'm going to go do that today. I'm going to pound out some education so that I can launch those videos next week. And also pray for me. As many of you know, I have a rash. We've talked about this. Why do I put it on the internet? I don't know. But I just started taking an 8-week course of a medication yesterday to see if it will help because it's so bad. I'm like digging until I bleed my legs. So pray for me that this medication will do the trick because I can't take much more. I'm going to have to cut my legs off at the knees because they itch so bad. So bad. It's so unbearable. So I need to be able to focus on my teaching and not my digging. All right, girls, I love you all. Hope you have a fabulous day, and I'll see you all back for devotions tomorrow morning.